Hi there and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. I'm Byron and we're back at the Seamstresses Union and we have a truckload of karma points to spend. 8. Very nice. I wonder whether there's a way to increase action points. Probably not. So yeah, I'm gonna increase willpower. Because I want a higher spell casting. Very nice. We have money too, which is always good. Can't talk to Cherry Bomb. Oh, she talks to us. Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey Caprice, there's a woman looking for you. Jessica something. She's waiting you by the stage. Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything. Won't touch anything. I think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, chummer. Why is the bar so empty? We don't get much action in the early afternoon. Just a few salarymen slumming tourists and hoping to talk to Madame Sinful and some die-hard regulars. Madame Sinful? That's what the downtown folk call Mrs. Kubota. It's a touristful thing. They like her to have a naughty name like that. Who's around? I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilah's hanging out in his usual place. The vendors downstairs came in a few minutes after me. And oh, Bartlett's here. Don't think you've met him yet. Who's Bartlett? John Bartlett, big presence at the end of the bar. He's in the biz, connected. You might want to meet him. Is that guy still bothering you? You mean my ex, Shane? Yeah. No, he hasn't been in since the last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either. Weird, he was so persistent. I guess he finally got the message. Maybe he'll find someone at the Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down. I'm gonna have a look around. Have fun. So, you're John Bartlett and there's Van Grass. Okay. Hey, talk to me. Full of life with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach. Hey lady, what's shaking? A little of this, a little of that. I hear that one. Oh my. I might have something for you if you got the Nuyen. Time's money, I'm listening. You ever hear of the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. An in-the-know lady as you has to have heard of the premier merc team out there. If you say so. We're a tight unit. We cost a bit more than the common rebel, but we're worth it. Wait. Oh, he's actually trying to get hired. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time or you walk away. Data from the NTSB. Ranraka would pay to keep it quiet and Eris would pay to know what it is. I got 800 Nuyen for something like that. Oh, finally Shadowrunner pays off. I know you'll double dip on this one, make it 1000. As long as I keep bringing in stuff like this, sure. Okay. Finally, the Shadowrun etiquette paid off. I think this one is story critical because it's yellow. Hi, Jessica. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world. The opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Mrs. Watts, Jessica Watts. She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it's clear that she is well outside of her comfort zone. Yes, and you are? Caprice, I'm looking into your brother Sam's death. I was told as much on the phone. A woman who called us as Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead, that I should come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. Sam didn't die of natural causes, he was murdered. She briefly casts her eyes skyward and gives a small shake of her head. I wish I could say it's a shock, but given the circles he ran in, Sam hadn't run the shadows in years. If you say so, but even so, look at this place, these people, and you. She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? I'm getting that a lot lately, but no. By the look on her face, she is clearly struggling with this. I'll be honest, I would just as soon put this all behind me, and the fastest way to do that is through proper channels. Surely there's an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? I think they can use all the help they can get. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my lowlife brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knew Sam would put up the money. Who is it? I'm afraid that's on a need-to-know basis. This is ridiculous. He was my brother. And you seem really shaken up by his death. Fine, I'll pay you 100 just to tell me. Done, Sam Watts. I don't understand. Apparently I can't circumvent that. It's called the dead man's switch. It triggered when he died. Am I to believe that my drunken sod of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? Her boredom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and his bullshit. Now I am back, he's dead, and I still have to deal with him. Jessica composes herself, and in a breath the mask is back in place. Listen to me, Caprice. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam was Sam, you know? I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me. I don't want to see this drag on. I would love nothing more than to give you closure, and quickly. I appreciate it, but I think I'd prefer to just let it be. No one else needs to get hurt. Your brother had my back when I needed him. I can't walk away from this. Are we talking about the same man? My brother was worthless, Caprice. Worthless. He used people. She sighs. She's done. Never mind. I can see that you are not going to let this go, and I respect that you are honoring my brother's memory in your own way. But I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanor instantly changes, from reluctant to helpful in a span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can help things in a way the police can't, and maybe I can help. What do you need from me? When was the last time you saw or spoke to Sam? It's been ages. I can't even remember. There was a note on Sam's body, sounded like an apology, an offer to meet up and bury the hatchet. It was signed Jessica. I wrote many such notes in the beginning, but I haven't made such an effort in a long time now. I don't know why you would have kept it. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and so I moved out. After I left, we drifted farther and farther apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you on the night of Sam's murder? I would overlook the implied accusation and tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening, a very crowded fundraiser. Okay? Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely know better than me these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? You don't sound sad that he's gone. I mourned losing Sam long before he died. Show her the picture of her and Sam as children. Jessica takes the photo from you guardedly as if it might sting her. But then the guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you find this? Sam's bunk. I can't believe he kept this. It was one of the few possessions he had. She studies the old photo for several silent moments. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then. We were different. We were a family. Then our father died. Things began to change. No, Then, after our father died, things began to change. And we couldn't get back to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives. But after everything got mixed up, you can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays red across her eyes, and it seems that she is not just talking about her father. Jessica then steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house, he truly did, but he couldn't handle it, and pretty soon he had spent every dime of our father's life insurance. Every dime. After that was gone, with Mum working 2, 3 jobs, he spent all of her money too. I couldn't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. She holds the photo forward, one part of her ready to relinquish it along with the past, another looking to hold on to both. May I keep this? Please do. Thank you. Where were you living before you moved back here? Calfrey. What brought you down there? It was less of what brought me here than what made me leave. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook on life, a vision for what the world would become, and I came back here to help make it happen. I have taken up enough of your time. Thanks, Miss Watts. Just as well. I need to go back to the office. Wait, what do you do for a living? But before I go, you should know that I'm reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Thanks. Goodbye, Caprice. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Well, we got 2 more karma. Let's see what else we can do here. There is Coyote. When Coyote sees you, her eyes glisten with gratitude. There she is, the dwarf of the hour. How's Gino doing? Hard to say, he's pretty burnt. Malnourished and dehydrated too. Paco's taking care of him. He's got friends who know about that kind of thing. She smiles. He's a good man, that Paco. The world looks pretty different to me now that I've got Gino back. Time to settle down, you know, with Paco? She laughs. Don't get ahead of yourself, oh my. Paco's pretty and he's been there for me when I needed him, but I don't think I'm the marrying kind. See you around, and don't forget about me if you need some backup of your own. Okay. Mr. Clover. Glad to see you well, Caprice. And you, Mr. Clover. Holding down the fort? As always, though people are more on edge than usual. Word got around about the latest Ripper killing, and the people aren't feeling safe. And when people feel unsafe, they either go to ground or they huddle up. You noticed how empty the streets are these days? That's cause everyone is either locked in their squads, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here, I got it covered. A man your size covers a lot. Take care, big guy. Later. So, what about you, Mr. Delilah? If you are talking to me, there might be business to transact, am I right? Of course you're right. It's your job to be right. This is correct, you're a smart lady. What can I do for you, smart lady? You need to put a crew together. You got Scratcher, you're planning to pay me out of your earnings. I can pay the runners up front. Oh, how much is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed, hired help will run about 1,200 a head. If you start taking on tougher jobs, well, the more experienced runners, the more experienced the runner, the higher the rates. I still can pay up front. Excellent, we agree in terms. I've got some runners on call if you've got any special requests. Okay, let's see them. Also, okay, I can add 2 additional runners. Wait, I thought I had Coyote. Okay. That's interesting. Assassin, Troll. I mean, we have a mage, we have a shaman, we just need some muscle, that's all. I don't think the whatever she plans to do, it's mostly spirit work. I don't think we need a dagger for that. So just some muscle would do, but... Oh, wait. Okay. But Coyote and Packer would probably do the trick as well. I wonder whether there's a way to, you know, upgrade them or give them armor and something like that. First of all, I want my Dispel Magic and the basic med kit. Okay. Thank you. Live to see another day, have you? That remains to be seen, still more work to be done. So long as you end up here in the end and not on some organ grinder's table, I'm satisfied. Granted, a repeat customer means a person courting death more often than any good doctor should condone, but I don't suppose I can dissuade you from your course of action. If only life was so simple. Very well, then let's talk about how I can help ensure you make it back alive once more. How'd you fall in with this operation anyway, Doc? Dr. Causal pauses in her work, setting down the table and appearing to grow introspective. I suppose you might expect that I had to fall from grace. Certainly that is the case with many of my peers. If not that, you might think that I was compelled to do this because a friend or family member became a Shadowrunner and I hurried to their assistance one fateful night. But the reality is that I grew up knowing this is what I would do with my life. My parents were both Shadowrunners and very successful ones at that. So successful that they retired in a very large house and raised a litter of kids who grew up hearing the impossible tales of their parents' younger years. Of course, we were expressly forbidden to follow in their footsteps. We were all expected to attend university and take full advantage of the opportunities they had fought so hard to give us. So Mom and Dad were proud to see me pursuing a medical degree, and they had only minor reservations about me applying that expertise to the treatment of Shadowrunners. After all, they never would have survived long enough to meet and fall in love if not for the administration of several street dogs along the way. So I suppose you could say I was born into this life after a fashion. She picks up her tablet and resumes her work. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yeah. I guess I need stuff. I We need a new trauma kit, just in case somebody buys the farm again. So I could sell the armor spell, I don't want to sell spells. My first priority is getting spells and then getting equipment. Hi, Mr. Mage. Welcome, fellow child of the Sixth World. What can I help you with today? Tell me a bit about yourself, Algernon. My story is not different from those who have come before. I'm but a merchant, though one whose wares are far from mundane. I came here from Ternguire 4 years ago, after the governor of Seattle signed an exclusive trade agreement with the Council of Princes. That's the sort of the country of the elves. And so as the flow of magical goods came to pass through the city's ports, so have I. At times I missed a tear, but as unlikely as it may sound, this new home of mine is far more interesting. Is there anything else I can help you with? Let's see what you've got. So I guess I still need aim, I still need mind wipe and stun bolt and acid stream. I need distraction. I need to weaken armor. And that's all that a mage can get apparently. Yeah. I buy that. Thank you. Let's talk to Eric Mersman. Yeah. I mean, we could buy and secure ninja clothing for our other runners, but I don't really know whether they could actually use that. I mean, the armor +4, 3 hit points, that's really nothing, and it looks ridiculous, really. But the secure ninja clothing, let's try this one. So I guess if I would wear that, it would look like that. But it's better armor, but... The question is... how do I give that to my other, you know, to Coyote and stuff? How are you, my friend? Fine day to fire a weapon, what you say? Tell me a little about yourself, Buster. Were you military? After fashion, yes, ma'am. Sergeant in the 31st California Militia. It's no longer a recognized unit, and there are those who would say we never were, but someone had to stand up to the tier and it fell to us. Tier Ternga? Yes, ma'am. I was in Cal 3 when the elves came marching down from the north in 36. After the UCAS pulled their support, we had little in the ways of an organized defense. But what we did have was a stockpile of weapons and ammo down in Oakland. The locals in NoCal held out long enough for us to bring the heat, and I tell you, all the magic hoo-ha in the world ain't enough to stop a V11 hot rock from cracking your dome. We drove them elves all the way back to Eureka. Would have pushed them all the way back to Portland too, but some ninny down the south reached out to the Japanese for aid and got our own version of Normandy for the trouble. Things went to hell in a handbasket from there. Don't much like to talk about those later days. So let's talk guns instead. Can I get you anything? Well, what do you have? So, well, I don't know. I could switch my street sweeper and switch it into a Benelli Raffaello. What is AoE? Area of effect? 6? Okay. It has more ammo, but it does less damage. He has medkits too. I would, yeah, I mean, I would have to reload less. Yeah, why not? So if I would like switch that around, can I? No, probably not like that. I have to go to the stash. You look like someone who needs the latest in Magic's tech. What can I get you? Probably nothing. Let's sell that other shotgun. Hello. Sell a shotgun. Oh, no, wait. You were the wrong guy. My mistake. So it's more expensive. That I guess that means it's better. I want to buy a trauma kit too. Restores a teammate with 100% of health. 50% of health. 25%. Yeah, I think it's that's quite expensive actually, 1,000, but I think it's worth it to buy one of those, so I don't have to heal them up afterwards. Never mind. Okay, so we will take a break here, and we will continue in the next video. So, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.